A woman calls into the show to have a conversation with Mr. Samuels, but she quickly tries to pull a fast one. It's a very interesting conversation. Let's go ahead and get right into the video.
French toast that, man. You got to be happy with where you live. Hey, you're
Okay.
back. All
Hi.
right. All right.
Can you
So,
hear me?
yeah. So,
Okay.
look, high value, a part of it is this, like being high value, you have to make a certain amount of money to get in the door. That's the entry level point. But were you raised in a two-parent household? How about that?
No.
What's your longest relationship with a man?
Honestly, I've never had really long relationships.
What's the longest you? Longer than 6 months? Less than 6 months?
A year, maybe a year and a half.
Okay. Why do you think you've not had long relationships? Are you a runner?
I don't know. I have noticed over the years that I do push men away, and I don't know if it's because of fear, but I've noticed a pattern in like just
So
our relationships.
Do you sabotage them, or so you leave, or you force them out?
I feel like in one way or another, I sabotage them, whether I'm like conscious of it or not.
So if you notice this pattern, I would address it with therapy.
Yeah, but that's a bit of a red flag just already. You know, you haven't had any type of long-term relationship. No one has been able to sit in a relationship with you for a significant amount of time. Now, she would probably sit here and say, yes, I'm the one that pushed them away, but you're probably also the one that initiates the breakup. So you push them to a point to where you don't like them anymore, and then you break up with them. Do you hear how twisted and how demented that sounds? This is on full display right now, right in front of us. Man, this is pretty crazy. Already, just getting into the video, just getting in.
Because even if you were in the proximity of the kind and caliber of man that you would be interested in, whatever pattern you have right now might lead you to believe you don't deserve it, you're not worthy, I messed up. So end up being that home wreck thing that I'm talking about.
Well, I have a few questions.
Well, I only have so much
Okay.
time, so you may have to book a session. So go ahead.
I live in
Book a session.
I live in Los Angeles. I'm 28 years old. I have no kids, and I'm looking for a high value man. I feel like that's just something I'm looking for. How can I make myself competitive? Like, how do I know that I am what they would be looking for?
I answered that question earlier when you were muted. I said that they're looking for women who are 8s, 9s, and 10s physically and from a look standpoint. But then that's just the entry level. You're gonna be competing with all the women around him. And LA is ground zero for the most beautiful women, some of the most beautiful men on the planet.
Very true. And right now, let's just be honest. If she competes in LA, which she is competing in LA right now, she's gonna be considered average. She's a 5 in LA or 4. And that's not to say she's ugly, because let's say if she were to go to, I don't know, Ohio, or she were to go to, I don't know, Wyoming, you know, it would be completely different. But competing in LA, she is pretty much just about average. Just about average, and she's attractive, yes. But she's just about average going into and stepping into that type of beast. So a high value man, again, what does he get?
But are you feminine friendly, cooperative, submissive? But what I just heard you say is you sabotage or run. They're not looking for women who they have to manage like that. They're looking for a feminine asset. A woman that's going to be able to nest in his environment and make her and actually have some sort of payoff.
I'm very feminine. I actually take pride in my femininity,
but you've not had a long relationship. So if it were a job, I look at your past performance, and that's the best indicator of future performance. You cannot effectively be in a relationship longer than 24 months. you have to address that, because think about a man you're talking about, a man who's making the kind of resource you're talking about. He's not going to want to end up having to vet you, be with you, and then you sabotage, and he has to do this all over again in 36 months. That's why I said start with the therapy first. And you may want a high value man. Understand something. You may want a high value man, but they want something in return.
Exactly. And a lot of women keep forgetting this. They just assume most men are just supposed to take care of things, and they don't want things. Like, I even just seen a post recently that said, a woman said that men are becoming more sassier, and they're projecting because they are starting to have standards. For a man simply saying, this is what I know or think about the situation, a female will sit there and say, well, because he wants this, he's becoming sassier, or that's just things that women want. For a man just simply wanting respect, for simply wanting respect is considered princess treatment. Like, this is insane. Men can't even have standards or even want things anymore.
Yeah, and you've said looks before, but like let's say I meet a high value man. I mean, looks only into the door, but then like how do I know like what I have right now would be something that they're looking for? Like,
I've answered the question. Okay. You need therapy.
Because I feel like
you need therapy.
Because I don't even feel like you're listening, because I've answered this 3 times.
Yep.
And I've told you I only have a certain amount of time, but it's still what you want. I'm trying to be polite, man.
And he is.
I can't answer it fully here because I don't know you. But what I do know, these men want are women who are cooperative. If I ask the men you consider yourself to have dealt with in the past, will they say you were cooperative?
yes.
Okay.
Then why are you leaving? A cooperative woman doesn't break relationships.
Exactly.
Okay.
Crazy, ain't it? Yeah, I know. It's crazy, ain't it?
Well, I was gonna ask one other question. You've talked before on your show about Black men still wanting to date Black women, but I feel like you don't ever touch on the fact that like the standard of beauty is so whitewashed that could also play a big part in why. So I just didn't know.
See, you should have left well enough alone. I'm looking at a fair complected Black woman complaining about colorism and the standard of beauty. Knock it the fuck off.
Seriously.
Your problem is not skin tone. And your problem is not the Eurocentric standard of beauty. That's just another easy way for you to cop out for your inability to function well inside of a relationship.
Exactly.
You ladies find any excuse. The European standard of beauty. Well, move the fuck to Africa then.
Okay, I'm sorry, just was asking.
No, because it's bullshit. I answer this all the time. I had to deal with this last night. Your problem is not the European standard of beauty. Your problem is you can't get along with a man in a relationship.
Yep.
And it's not about Black men not wanting Black women. Have you been with Black men?
Yes.
And you left them all.
Yes. Man, Kevin, surgical. Checkmate. And that's going to be the ending of this video. Kevin, surgical. In rare form right now. This is pretty funny. She's gonna sit there and shout out to Kevin for even catching this at the end, because really he really advocated for dark-skinned women. If you guys didn't catch it, he's like, you shouldn't be worried about that. At least the darker skinned women could bring up that argument. You're fairly complected, talking about the European standard and talking about your complaints. Come on.